Hey everyone, welcome to Tim's Vinyl Confessions. I'm Tim Derling and it's an 8-track episode, and I love doing these, especially when I've got pretty much a complete collection by any given artist or group. And on this episode I'm going to go through my Heart 8-track collection, which isn't a huge collection, but it's almost complete. My 8-track collections I kind of divide into whether they're complete as far as all that were released to retail, complete as far as retail plus any record club only 8 tracks, or complete retail, maybe a couple of RCOs. That's what this one falls into. I am missing one RCO, but I also have all the retail and, well, some very rare ones at the end. We'll get to those. So we'll start off with the first album from 1976, 1975, sometimes it says, Dreamboat Annie. And this is a US, Mushroom was a Canadian label out of Vancouver. This is a US 8-track on Mushroom. Been several issues of this one. Kind of a little personalization on the back there, kind of like that. Next, of course, Heart signed to Portrait CBS. This is a Canadian 8-track of Little Queen, pretty typical looking. Even though it was on Portrait, it still said Columbia here, which I find is kind of interesting. They hadn't switched those over yet. A little bit of damage on the side here, like maybe somebody took this apart and tried to fix it. I'm not sure. 'Twas not I. Other than that, pretty good. Not a lot of bubbling, which usually happens with 8 tracks. Next up is the other Mushroom release, Magazine. This is a Canadian Mushroom edition. Now I'm not sure when these got reissued on Capitol, if that was in the 8-track era. I tend to think not, but it's possible, I suppose, you could see versions of Dreamboat Annie or Magazine on Capitol on 8-track, but I don't think so. I think those came a little bit later. Back to CBS for Dog and Butterfly from 1978. Again, it's on Portrait, but it still says Columbia right along here. Very good shape this one is in. And between 1979 and 1980, the Canadian CBS carts stopped being reddish orange and they went to this more familiar look, because the cassettes look like this too. This is Baby Lestrange, Canadian version of that. Now it's on Epic, not Portrait, still CBS. And yeah, pretty good shape. Also in 1980, Greatest Hits / Live was released, and this is a US 8-track of that release. A lot more tracks on it. This one's got a barcode on it, but you can see there's a lot more songs and more tape. Twice as much tape in here. You can feel the difference. And the final retail 8-track for Heart is from 1982, Private Audition. Don't see this one a lot. Of course, this is a US version. Now I'm missing 1983's Passion Works. Great album, didn't sell that well. And it is available through Columbia House in the US, or it was available through Columbia House in the US as a record club only 8-track. Still looking for that one. However, I'm certainly not done. We're getting into some truly rare territory now. The Big Comeback, the self-titled album from 1985. This is an RCA Music Service edition. You can see written in the fine print there. That's what it looks like on the side. And the back. This, of course, has an RCA slipcase on it, so we'll take that out, show you what it looks like without it. There you go. A little bit of personalization. So yeah, this is a big album, but I bet some of you out there have never seen it on 8-track before. There's a Columbia House version of this too, so it's not impossible to find. It's just, will probably set you back a few dollars. And I'm still not done. This one kind of blew my mind, finding someone selling this. 1987, Bad Animals. This is a U.S. Columbia house. This is the only one I've seen that's a black case, but it's got the very small printing on it. Usually by the time like 86, 87, 88, you see the really small printing. They're usually like a white or a cream colored case, but there you go. There's the back, and take it out of the slip case carefully. There you go. 1987. And that, of course, is it. I mean, Heart didn't release another album until Brigade in 1990, and even the Record Club 8-tracks were done by that time. And if you're interested in finding out more about the Record Club on the 8-tracks, I suggest my first book, Unspooled: An Adventure in 8-Tracks. This lists all the 8-tracks that are known to exist that the Record Clubs put out, starting in 1981 and going through 1988. There's also some great collector stories. And in short, this book makes a good coffee table book, thanks to the hard work of my good friend Matt Phillips at Go North Design, making every page on this this book pop out. So I'll have the link to this below, as well as my, you'll see my other books there too. And if you're looking to get some new merch, we've got some merch here from TeePublic. This is just one design. This is the Steve Vai inspired design. It's got a navy hoodie here, so I'll have the link to that below as well. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you got a Passion Works cart for sale, let me know. So, thanks for watching this edition of Tim's Vinyl Confessions. We'll talk to you later.